Today I'm at the Social Mobile Payments Conference in Orlando, Florida, and I'm joined by Jeff Baird of Kngroo. Can you tell us a little bit about Kngroo?
Kngroo is a location-based mobile application that we offer a white label service to large corporations that allow them to make customizable location-based games.
And you're out of Tampa, Florida, if I understand correctly. Is that correct?
Correct. I'm actually currently a student at the University of South Florida, St. Petersburg, and I live in South Tampa. So.
Okay. And you're here to talk a little bit about challenges around location and mobile payments, or?
Right. Well, Kngroo is in the middle of a pivot right now, so I didn't think it was really appropriate to talk at the conference about pitching Kngroo necessarily. Instead, I wanted to cover some of the challenges that we face and which led us to the pivot. Mainly that the world doesn't need another Foursquare. There's a lot of location-based apps of all types coming out right now. I mean, if you went to South by Southwest, there was like 10 that debuted just at South by Southwest. And I don't think a single one of them really gets location-based services correctly. And so that's kind of what I'm going to cover in my talk. It's that most of these they lack a really significant value proposition to the user and to the merchant to interact. And we think we can combat this by bringing a real convenience into the transaction, by making it more integral than just a game or more integral than just deals, because we think those are both really cool, but that's like saying kids get an A so they can get the sticker. They get an A because they want to learn and they're going for the bigger picture, and that's kind of what we think is going to be the strategy going forward in location-based services.
So those who may say that location is over, you would say that no, it's ripe for innovation. You just have to think about it differently.
I definitely don't think it's over. I think you're seeing such a huge amount of apps coming out because everyone's trying to get it right. I think one of the coolest ones that came out at South by Southwest is an app called Highlight, which is basically operates on a passive check-in system. Definitely a step in the right direction. That process of taking your phone out every time you want to check in, scrolling through, finding where you are, and then checking in is laborious and it's not necessarily scalable. I mean, Foursquare has 15 million users, but I still bring it up in conversation to people, and they're, "What's Foursquare?" And it's been around for a couple of years now. I think in order for it to get broad market appeal, it has to bring a significant value proposition, and maybe to a niche market.
What role do you think privacy concerns factor into adoption of these kind of solutions?
I think it definitely makes a big difference. I think there's a couple apps at South by Southwest again that got this correct by personally curtailing who can see you, whether it's just friends, whether it's nobody, whether it's people, like one of them you connected through LinkedIn, and you could only, people that were like, you could specify by connections who could see where you were, which was great for the networking at South by. I can't remember the name off the top of my head though. There's definitely some innovations in the privacy and security sectors of location-based software. I think it's questionable as whether it's going to inhibit adoption. The people that are opposed to it won't download the apps anyway. The people who it doesn't bother download the apps as long as the privacy concerns are addressed in a logical and reasonable way. And I think as it becomes more ubiquitous with how we interact as individuals, I think you'll see less and less people being conservative.
So do you intend to shake up the room with your presentation then?
I don't know if I'm going to shake up the room. I'm definitely going to say some things that people might not agree with, and I expect more than a few WTF tweets sent me during my presentation, but that's cool. I welcome discussion. I think this is a sector that needs discussion, needs innovation, and we haven't found the answer yet. I think that's the key.
All right, well, I definitely look forward to seeing your presentation. Thank you for coming back.
Thanks, Alfred.